Doe, a deer, a female deer. Fa. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. Guys, we're on a historic mission. We're on a mission from God to get top 10 if we can. And this opponent is a tough one, super tough actually. Don't want to, I don't know, I can't give away everything, but I'll just say this. I place a tough defense. This guy places a very similar style defense. He puts all of his A level teams at A minus level teams, as in like everything that's not a galactic legend, he puts all of them on defense and then tries to eke out wins. He doesn't clear too often, and so going into this fight, I kept a similar defense to what I normally do, so I'll show you guys that at the end. But we're gonna explore what happens if you do this. I'll say this though. There's a couple caveats. First off, I was really tired. I think I'd gotten 2 or 2.5 hours of sleep the night before, maybe 3. I had gotten 4 hours before that, 4 hours the night before that. I don't know, for a while. So pretty wiped out, making a few mistakes, and we got to show perseverance. We got to show how tough we are, and let's see, folks. Let's just see. This is another fun slog. We're having fun. We're having fun. So let's get to it. Okay, so for some reason when I created this video, I need to fast forward all the way to right here. Okay, so check it out, guys. We're on our way. We're trying to get to top 10, facing a dude named Dr. Ben. I made the joke during the stream that this is like the responsible version of like after Order 66. This is if Obi-Wan had like changed his name and identity and just like gone to a university and, you know, gotten his degree and just, you know, started making an impact in the world. This is, you know, instead of like going to the desert and who knows, just like creepily staring at the same guy you think is the chosen one, but they barely even know your name. I don't know. It just seems like maybe this was the more responsible version. So yeah, facing, he's a living legend though. He's got a really good like defense. It's very scary, folks. It's a really scary defense. You see General Skywalker up there, Darth Revan, Traya, Jedi Luke, and a Nute team, really strong Nute team. Look at all those relics, all the relics. At the top here, I forget, that's a Night Sisters team with a ton of relics on it, a Commander Luke team with good mods, for Kylo Ren Unmasked, and Bossk. It seems like maybe there's one other one. I'm just not sure. Hold on, I'm tired of looking this direction, guys. Let's switch screens. Okay, so first off, we got to take out this General Skywalker team, and I've done this just one other time. It was the previous stream, and you use Bando lead, and the hope is you don't just die immediately to General Skywalker, but if you don't, then you can sit him down, or at least try to. And if you do sit him down, then you can go to the next step. It's like that logical consequences book. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna want a glass of milk. If you sit General Skywalker down, you're gonna want to kill some clones afterward. So at some point, Bando, at the natural point of destruction, you're gonna have Bando go into Whistling Bird stance. And then you apply said Whistling Birds to General Skywalker. It doesn't kill him, but then you can, in fact, get Tenacity down on him because it's an assist from Chewie. You can get the stun and get 51 banners if you're fancy like I am, which you probably are because you're watching my video. So now we've got this one. I had to spend a little bit of time to make sure I was at the right speed, and I'll be honest, guys, so Old Ben actually was the tipping point for me. Old Ben got me right over the speed, because Hoda was at like, what, 3 324, something like that, 318, I don't remember. And Vader ended up being only a few speed fast enough. But because of all these Jedi, it makes Vader super fast. And so you can do this. I could, in fact, if he was faster, if Hoda was still faster, I could have used Moff Gideon here. And so I debated actually taking Thrawn, because what good does Thrawn actually do? But then I realized, okay, so if Vader fails really super hard here, my Thrawn was actually faster than their Hoda naturally anyways. Vader just happened to be, with all his modifiers, he was actually faster than Thrawn as well. So what you're doing, you target, you have Watt here, you target Luke, and then and then you do Merciless. So because you have the weapons tech on Vader, you are able to apply a couple dots from Watt. Hopefully we only got one this time, but then I did Force Crush on Hoda, and then did a Saber Toss. Because we have the weapons tech, we're doing an unnatural amount of damage. Thrawn is just hanging out there, willing to oversee the whole debacle. Debacle as the Jedi would define it anyways. And so, yeah, we got the full banners, but Thrawn we kind of wasted. So, alright. This Darth Revan team is actually pretty well modded. You want to take out Basti first if you can. And if you can't, then sad story. Malak is taunting. She's thick. She's thick. We did that AoE, didn't kill her, but now Malak can't repel fighting hits of this magnitude. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to quote Akbar, kind of. Firepower of this magnitude for too long. But we actually didn't heal enough. We got 54, didn't get max health or max protection. I mean, max protection we weren't going to get anyways. But now we've got Traya to deal with, guys. And I was like, man, why don't I just put it on auto? We could totally do that. So, guys, this is actually a point where I should point something out, guys. I'm trying to make my videos faster, so this is a fight where I think I skip ahead a little bit, because other videos we're gonna fast forward some, and trying to make it shorter, just so that we're not doing 50-minute slogs every single time. So take out Traya here. Now we need to take out Nihilus as quick as we can. And if we can take out Nihilus fast enough, then obviously we can win. If we can't, then we can lose. I don't know. It seems pretty simple. So, Sion wasting his hit on Jolie. It's like, Jolie, do you even read kits, bro? And then, or Sion, do you even read kits? And then Sion's like, do you? Like, did you notice that you did an AoE with Grandmaster Yoda there, which made me taunt? But one way or another, didn't matter. Killed Nihilus. We skipped ahead. Took like a minute to kill Sion. That dude was thick AF. And now we've got Nute. We've got Nute, and this is a really good version of Nute using Geos here. So we want to kill B1 first, and Jango's not killable. If we kill Nute, it avails us not. So I decided to heal here, just get rid of all of the debuffs and stuff. I don't really regret that. Pay the extortion, because it can get out of hand pretty quick. And I do have a big hit available from Spy. Decided to defer it, wait until we can kill that B1, because he's the guy who's the scariest, I figured. And now we can put Daze on Nute so that he doesn't get his bonus turn, or his immediate turn, once he dies and goes into stealth. So one of the cool things, most of you guys have noticed it by now, if you pay your extortion, it still lets the rest of the Geos attack. And okay, so Jango's close to his first death here, and that's not, that's fine. But we're not doing enough damage. So we did actually get him to the point there, and gosh, guys, this is so close. Trying to figure out what exactly to do with the Jango. I'm like, please don't kill anyone. He killed Brute, which reset his health and protection and his extra life, and then he did a big hit and killed Brute Alpha. So I was like, well, I guess we may as well just kill Nute and call it a day. So, how do you solve a problem like Jango? I don't know. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes he solves you instead. So the real answer is you take in Phasma and a hit squad and you just take him out. With a few TIE fighter pilots, you're like, hey, you pilots aren't doing anything useful. Let's take you into a ground fight. I feel like that's what we need right now, is a ground fight for our pilots, because you guys were trained for that. So that's what we did, and at least we got okay banners on the cleanup. But I mean, Nute will do that. It's Galactic Legend Nute, right? Like, he's strong. So in the back, no respite, folks. Check this out. We got Padme, Jedi Training Ray, Qi'ra Nest L3 squad with all those relics. Look at all those relics. It is insane. We've got Bando and, let's see, and a Mothra squad with Biggs and Wedge. All right, we're speeding this up because it takes forever. And what the mechanics here are, I don't know, but they work well enough that so what should be happening, and Nest is just not countering at all. She's not playing nice. She should be hitting back on Biggs every single time he hits. So then she does a crit, and then you know, he goes, because every time he gets a crit, then he gets 100% turn meter. He shoots, she hits back, he gets 100% turn meter. He's giving everyone buffs, he's giving himself buffs, everyone is shooting with him. It's a wonderful thing. Nest is like, just, you know, she's going Super Saiyan or whatever madness. And if she ever does take a turn, she just does a basic on Biggs so she doesn't miss. You kill Biggs, Biggs gets revived, you kill him again, you do the same thing, but this time it's faster. And I was pretty confident in this one. I've done it before, I've seen it done before, and it wasn't ever close. I was like, okay guys, well, Wedge is Relic 5, you know, if we kill Biggs and Wedge, you know, once we kill Biggs, then we can just take Wedge out real quick and we'll win. So, no problem. You know, we finally get here, we slowed down. Alright, did 68k on him, and he did 70k to Nest, one hit killing her. And at least Biggs was dead, but holy balls, guys, that was rough. So, went up top, I was like, alright, I need a break from this madness, because that was the only thing Nest could kill anyways. I was like, alright, with this kind of defense he's got, if we can get a full clear here, then I think we can win. And, you know, so that's the goal. We got to be careful, we got to be cautious. I've already failed 2 attacks, but this one, he had his Chewpio with a little bit extra tenacity, so he evaded my various debuffs a little bit, and so now we're trying to figure out exactly what to do here. He's resisting, he's being a little bit resistive. R2-D2 is actually very close to death, and if he dies before we kill Chewpio, there's no telling what exactly is going to happen. So got to take out Chewpio here. Got to do it. So Luke showed some excessively bad judgment there and went for BB-8, who had foresight, instead of just taking the easy kill on R2-D2. So you are not a Jedi yet, indeed. So the debate I'm having here, if I put smoke up, then R2 can't gain it because we have confusion on him. So I put smoke up because I didn't want him to try hitting Luke, because Luke was just going to hit him back. And then I had no choice, so I decided to go for the stun, which I got. If he didn't stun, then Luke would have just auto-countered, because he has a 100% counter rate in this stance. And that would have been rough. So there are two... R2 finally just got himself in too deep against the fool. He was like, you know what, you're so dumb. You attack BB-8 with foresight. I'm just gonna hit you and not stun you. And Luke's like, well, for that you will die. So, all right, this battle took forever because we've got Mothra K2 and Cassian. And so there's a couple things that are going on. So look at the debuff on Zombie. We have that buff immunity, which this kind of counter is not possible without buff immunity on Zombie, because Zombie takes too many turns, taunts way too often, and otherwise we also have healing immunity and ability block from Cassian. Every once in a while, it's not super consistent, and so we have to kill Spirit 3 times, and then we have to kill Asajj after that. I think maybe it would have been wiser to try killing Asajj 3 times. I'm not sure. But this is the track, this is the course I decided to follow. Oh, the other piece of it, guys, is we have Dispel on basic from our soldier guys. So that's also helpful because that buff immunity doesn't do that much if you can't dispel anything. And this zombie was thick, super thick, tough to kill. All the health, all the protection. I don't know exactly what stats. I'm sure it was just health and armor or something. Put the days on zombie for some reason. Not sure why, but I don't know. Did we kill Spirit yet? We probably killed her once. Who knows? We're at 3 minutes, guys. You can see why I'm fast forwarding it. We've been making very little progress. So, just keep going for Spirit. And luckily, we do have enough armor and tenacity and everything that they can't really do enough to me. They can't kill me. Did we kill Spirit or did Asajj just heal her? This feels very discouraging, guys. This counter just takes a long time, especially in 5v5. It's so much faster because you have all the guys just gunning her down and you gain all the turn meter, but you don't get that with this version. So I did have some people telling me in my chat that I should I should try to kill the Bando team with this Mothra team, and I kind of agree that someone was telling me for sure it works. I think Solo was telling me that it works, but I just I don't know. I didn't have experience with it. I knew that this counter had a decent chance at working. You can see we're down to like 123, 120, something like that. I literally can't keep up with the clock, guys, because it's moving a little faster. So, got 53 banners. Thank goodness that worked, because, man, it's tough, guys. It is tough to find all the things. All right, so this one I was pretty sure was going to work, and I actually think I messed up here. I should have, with Dark Trooper, should have given him advantage right there on the first move. Okay, so we did all this damage to Bossk right away, and I was like, oh, we're golden. We're going to be good. We are absolutely going to be good here. And then he healed because that's what Bossk lead does. And then they took out one of my stacks on Dark Trooper, which wasn't cool. And then they almost took another one out. And I was like, all right, we just got to keep punching Bossk, though. We've got to keep punching Bossk. That's what we got to do. So let's just punch Bossk. We'll punch Bossk again. That's basically the theme of this fight, guys, is punch Bossk. And then we lost another stack, so every time we punch, or every time we lose a stack, we do one fewer punch. So I regrew the stacks, and then they degrew my stacks. Now, one thing to keep in mind, guys, I'm using Piet's AoE here because I was mistakenly thinking, I was like, well, it worked on Greef. Am I just missing against Bossk and Dengar? And the answer is, I wasn't missing against Bossk and Dengar. We just can't dispel their buffs. Okay, so that just happened. He went from like full health to almost dead. I thought maybe I'd have some insight as to why, but I'd have no idea. Dark Trooper just punched like crazy. So I was like, okay, now that we've killed Bossk, we can totally win this. So what I was trying to say before, guys, I apologize for being so all over the place mentally, but I had to point that out. My AoEs from Piet were not missing against these guys. They were just dispelling Greef because he's light side, and the other guys are dark side, and his AoEs only dispel buffs from people who are light side. They're fun like that. So, yeah, Dark Trooper's just about dead, and we grow back another stack, and this is why I fast-forwarded this one a little bit, because this fight takes a long time. I figured once we killed Bossk, though, we'd be golden. And the fact is, we were far from golden. We were, I don't know, whatever color. It's going to make a poop joke. Let's skip forward, though. After you eliminate enough teams, or I mean, so that Bossk team, we're gonna kill that Bossk team now, right? Like there's no issue killing that Bossk team. It's just that it's tough to I don't know. Bossk is the leader, and without the lead, those two are just two random bounty hunters who are okay but not great. Like that lead is what makes them good. So we essentially killed the Bossk team, just really bad banners. And so once you whittle down all of these teams, you can kind of have a clearer picture of what teams you need to use in order to counter the rest. Because the picture of it was, man, they have so many good teams. The A minus and A and A minus teams. They kept all their Galactic Legends, but other than that, there's not a single good team except I guess like Vader would count as one, or like Troopers I wouldn't call like an A team or even an A minus team. Maybe on offense a little bit, but like there's not much, guys. They don't have much. I guess they have like a Shock T with clones. I'd call that like a B plus team though, frankly. So we're using a pretty sketchy counter here. They're doing all these debuffs to us, and check this out, guys. So we get healing immunity on Daka, and we're dazed. She has all of the debuffs on her. Spirit's just gone, and so it's like, okay, old Daka managed to summon Spirit back from the dead. Woo, pretty fancy, and so old Daka's on her last legs though, literally last leg. Which makes me laugh, because most of us are literally on our last legs. Like, most of us will never have another leg again. So, we get into this preposterous situation where we're exposed. If we hit BB-8, he's going to hit us back and call Rey to assist. And so, we lose. I don't know. There was some weird RNG. If you guys rewind a little bit, there was bad RNG there a little bit. I wouldn't say that fight is foolproof by any stretch, though. So, lost again. I'm just leaving a trail of corpses of my allies here, guys. I feel like I should feel guilty, but I don't. I'm just like, you know what? Just suck it up for the cause, dude. Alright, so this one's fairly, I don't know, I don't want to say idiot-proof, because I've clearly been failing quite a bit here and stuff. But especially here with Kylo, with just KRU being able to ignore the courage buffs, like we can actually have like just kill the 2 ads super quick, and then it's just a matter of getting that healing immunity on him and calling it good. I'm actually considering trying to put getting his tenacity super high just to make people pay for trying to use this counter, because if they can't apply that healing immunity, they could just time out, because without healing immunity you do just time out. You can't do enough damage to crew. That being said, I got a 52, which is nice after all the like 30 somethings that I've been getting. Alright, time to clean up this Bossk team. We're going to use Bad Batch. Echo is gear 11 still, and actually he's gear 13 for me right now. I got him done, so stay tuned for next week. It's going to be interesting. I'll have Kenobi without his ultimate, and I'll have a full Bad Batch squad with relics, so should be interesting. Light whaling it up. And now I'm just trying to look at what these specials do. I'm going to have to go through and memorize exactly what happens, but Bad Batch do a lot of really cool things, and they're also really good at letting you button mash, because you're like, oh, I'll pass the turn, and I'll cleanse, and I'll heal, and I'll do all this stuff, and eventually I'll learn what everything all does. But as it stands, I was getting a ton of turns, I was having fun, I decided to just button mash and just push buttons. That's literally what button mashing is, guys, if you didn't know. Instead of saying push, you say mash, and it's cooler somehow. So we got 34 there. Thank goodness we got through those worthless bounty hunters without expending too many resources. Decided to give a shot to Bo Candy. That's what my buddy good old Maurice from Operation Metaverse calls him. Bo, because it's Bo Katan and Canderous. Bo Candy killed BB-8 pretty quick, and now it's just a matter of trying to drag old Jedi training Rey down to the pit, or whatever. I feel like that's like a biblical reference, actually, like down to the pit, but I can't guarantee that that's accurate. So I'm trying to get that last piece of Beskar, finally get a turn with the armor. We just want to, the goal here is actually to put the 3 stacks onto Canderous, and then have Canderous taunt, and then Candy just goes nuts. But because I don't have a fast enough armor, like this team is another one I kind of want to remod for week 4. We'll see. There's so many characters that need so much speed lately. It is really hard. Life is hard. So that being said, we did manage to get that 33. and get the cleanup, so thank goodness. Wouldn't have tried that if R2 had been there, that's for sure. But R2's death, his untimely demise, gave me courage. So, alright, we've got Relic 7 on L3, Relic 7 on Nest, and Relic 5 on Qi'ra. So I'm hitting Qi'ra there just so that I don't get hit back, basically. Well, also because maybe I can just kill her, which is also desirable. Instead, Aurra gets killed. They get days on everyone. And, I mean, bounty hunters are a pretty good solution here, though. If we can keep Mando alive, which I guess that's not really guaranteed, because look at that hit from Nest. Dear Lord, like, stressing out pretty big, or pretty big, pretty bad right now, but finally did get a turn with Bando. And once that happens, now we can kind of just, I don't know, decompress a little bit, I guess. Now you have that daze on Qi'ra, and you're like, oh, that's pretty fancy. She can't gain turn meter. But then L3 forces a taunt, and she forces you to hit her. And so then, but when you hit her, she passively dispels on Qi'ra. And this Qi'ra's thick, guys. Not that I do too much damage, anyways, but she's doing some good work here. So, yeah. Keep in mind, guys, I do have Bounty Hunter's Resolve still on Bando, but we were real close to losing it, actually. Real close to losing it, which was going to be bad, because when he got his contract, then he'd have to kill L3 first, which would probably leave Nest wide open. So, as it stands, we got the right roll. That team is so brutal, guys. Super brutal to kill. Now we've got Traya here. I did want to save Traya for the back zone, just in case, because this guy had a history of putting on good teams. You can see end all be all. He was in my guild, sending everyone, hi Xaereth, chat. Pretty awesome. So the hope is that 10 whistling birds can't kill my dudes, and the reality is it can't do it. So nah. I tell my kids not to say that, so my apologies to my kids if you watch this. Otherwise, continue on. To everyone else's kids, feel free. I don't care. Do I care? I haven't decided yet. But get Annihilate on Bando, and then I skip forward here because literally just whacking Kuil and then IG-11. 52 banners. Not too bad. I think Traya actually got those banners for me. I don't think Sion could get back. So we got Padme here. I do have my final Galactic Legend available, and I don't have much that can kill Padme at this point. So we're going to use Rey, and what's fun about this, okay, so you use Whirlwind here. You want to use Lifeblood right at the start so they can't get through your protection. They're not hitting your protection, they're just hitting your bonus protection. And so now I'm just trying to get my health back, because after all the Lifebloods, we're at half health. So I'm like, okay, if I just do a lot of hits, maybe I can heal up. We get 56 banners, because somehow I've deluded myself into thinking that banners actually matter in this. But decided here I could pop my ult, we could get the win. Decided, though, it might be more ironic and fun just to use basics and win that way. So that's what I did, and more shame to the Padme squad for allowing me that 56, but, you know. I should say something dramatic like, I am inevitable. And then we had I forgot that we had a Basti cam squad, so sent him in and just killed Biggs real quick, or Wedge real quick, so that was fun. Just a quick little detour there. And just like that, we full cleared. That's what I kept telling my stream, like, if we full clear, then we probably win, most likely. Like, that's probably the win condition. And so we got those cleared, but now with Fleet, it's a totally different game mode, and so who knows if we can actually clear. There's a Home 1 fleet here and an Empire fleet, so I did all the checks, make sure that Special Forces TIE Pilot is actually fast enough to outspeed the Falcon, and he was, but then I didn't do enough damage here. Didn't do enough damage to Falcon, and if Falcon takes a turn, now he can do the wiggle, and then we're probably just screwed. So killed that Biggs, and trying to figure out what to do. Decided that this one was going to be my best chance. Like, can I reduce turn meter or get ability block on Falcon? If I can get one of those two, then we can actually swap so that I can start getting some turns instead. My Finalizer is about to take a turn, but it looks like Falcon will take the turn first. So looked at this. You have turn meter. You can get ability block if if you actually pass the check. So we actually ended up getting both. We got the turn meter and ability block. So thank goodness for that. Get Cad Bane in here. He's Relic 5 now, and did anyone notice the extra damage he does? The answer is no. It's not really noticeable, even though he went from Gear 12 to Relic 5. But he's in. He called the assist, killed the Falcon, and then we promptly missed against that Phantom, so that was fun. So now we can shoot against that Biston. Missed with Cad. I'm glad that we got him to Relic 5. And finally, though, Silencer, of course, cleaned up, because that's what Silencer does. And finally took out that Phantom. This Y-Wing's like, why am I here again? Like, literally have no clue why I would even be in this situation. Why wouldn't I be running away? Because it's kind of just pure madness. Trying to just use like a lone Y-Wing with a capital ship. He's like, why did you call me in? But, the capital ship. Admiral Akbar's like, no, this isn't a trap. You're fine. You're good. So now we've got Rebels facing off against the Empire, trying to get assists against the TIE Bomber. If we can get all the assists with Falcon, if we can get, even if it's like slightly below average assists, we're still fine. It's when you get 0 assists that you lose. In this case, I actually got way above average, and we just took out those noobs. Just WTF pwned them really hard. Decided to just wait. Their Chimera's about to take a turn anyways. If we could just kill this TIE Fighter before they get a turn, that would be fantastic, though. So, we did, and it was fantastic. 67 there. So, 61 to 67. Not too bad. And my final score, not too bad, folks. Not too bad. So, yeah, at the end, when I finally cashed everything in, with all the feats and everything, I think I ended up at top 10. Gosh, I don't know why I just said I had a good score. Let's go back here. I just said not too bad. Hold on, let's actually just move forward. Let's rewind just for a second, because I want to show you the fallacy of what I just said. This score is actually quite fallacy. It's like I dropped over 100 banners, guys, because of reasons. I don't know. This is a really tough defense. If you just really sit down and think about how many top-end teams I just took out with not top-end teams, it's actually pretty mind-boggling. I don't know. Like, I know I sound super impressed with myself, but this was a very difficult fight, and I finally full cleared. I had to use a multitude of teams. It was tricky, and lots of things just didn't go the way I wanted. He has a lot of relics, but all he has is his Galactic Legends, and I have a lot on defense myself. So, anyways, we got to top 10, and now let's go straight into the game, and I'll show you guys the results, shall we? Alright, so here's my next round opponent. This is actually a rematch from last week. I think it wasn't the finals, but this guy ended up going 2-0 last week. So, anyways, we faced Dr. Ben here, and we got the win. So, as you might expect, he went in, he killed my Jedi Master Luke with a Galactic Legend, got a 55 on my Darth Revan, so one better than I could get on his, and then failed 3 times against General Skywalker. No idea what he used. And then until his 4th team finally finished me off. And then, so we were chatting and stuff. I was like, dude, you have a great defense. That was a really tough slog. Like, well done. The door's open, you can win. And he was like, thanks. Now I just have to, like, good job on the clear. And then he attacked those times before I woke up. I was like, sweet, okay, he's about to finish attacking, and then he just never did. He never did, and I think what he realized was, once he killed, I don't know what he killed General Skywalker with, but once he killed General Skywalker, then what does he have to kill anything else in the world? So up top here, I had my Fin Poe team, a Bossk team of my own. I need to get that Dengar up to relics, guys. We've got General Skywalker, or General Grievous. Skywalker is below, and he did his job. This team is pretty weak, but for what he normally places, this is okay. And then we have the Maul team, and then in the back, wait for it, in the back, he'd have had to kill this Rex 5's Barris team, Poggle team, Hux team, Crew team, and finally the Jedi Knight Luke team with General Knobs. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We got the clear, dropped 100 banners, but the thing about this division right now, guys, is it's small enough that I'm actually still in the mix. I haven't deployed yet, and I'm still at number 26. If I were to deploy right now, right this second, I would be number 7 in Division 1, even though I didn't full clear last fight. So we're in okay shape. I'm going to let you go. I was trying to make this video shorter. I think we succeeded. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this A- A level teams all on defense, if that's actually a good idea, if it's irresponsible, if you think it's the best thing ever, etc. I would love to hear it. So, and that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Oh, and guys, please leave a like if you like it, or if you wish me well. I would really appreciate it. It really helps grow the channel. It is free, or hit the sub button. Do both, and I will really appreciate it. All right, guys. Later.